So there's a guy in my community, and by the way, we actually just passed 1,000 members. Can you believe that? We have literally crossed over 1,000 members in our community. I'm watching these guys' lives change every single day for the better. But this guy asked me, he sends me a question, and I'm going to keep his name private, obviously. But he says, long-term relationship girlfriend says she needs to wear the hot clubbing dresses out with her girls because that's the uniform that everyone is wearing. Then, towards the bottom of his post, he goes, I personally don't like it, but she says I'm insecure if I show any distaste. Okay, this is a hell of a question, and I'm going to explain why you can never win, and I'm also going to explain why the typical content creator dating advice about have really good solid frame and boundaries and make sure you do all of this, why that is the most terrible advice. And the more you try to lean into that, the worse it's going to play out for you. And I know personally because in my younger years, I used to believe those things too. But I'm going to explain this to you step by step, and I'm going to actually read you the comment word for word that I sent back to him about this question. So this is what I said to him word for word. I go, you have to realize you can't win. I go, if you say nothing, I go, now you have no frame and no boundaries, she says. She's going to look at you and go, oh, look at you. You have no boundaries. I can just walk all over you. Just a pushover. So weak, no boundaries, no frame, right? If you say nothing, that's what you're going to run into. Now let's look at option number 2. Let's say you say something. You decide to say something about it. Oh, now you're insecure. You're just an insecure man. If you were secure with yourself, you know what? You wouldn't feel the need to comment on what I'm wearing. You wouldn't feel the need. You'd be secure with yourself. You would know that at the end of the night, after the bar or after the club, you would have enough security in yourself. You would be secure enough in yourself to know that, baby, I'm coming home to you. But look at you. You're just insecure for even asking this. That's what you're going to run into. All right? Now let's look at point number 3. Let's say you come at it from the angle of, hey, I really love what you wear. I think it looks amazing. But can we just change it up a little bit so it's just a little bit less revealing? Just a little bit less revealing? Oh, now you're controlling. Look at you. You're so controlling. You have to micromanage everything that I do. You have to micromanage everything that I wear. Why can't you just be happy with how I look? You have to understand this. You cannot win, and they are not meant to love you. So this is the biggest thing that you have to understand. They are not meant to love you or like you. They are meant to constantly test your willpower and your emotional fortitude and strength. And this is why I say things like relationships don't necessarily exist. It is just you having a conversation. It's a set of words between you and another person. You can't grab love. You can't touch it. You can't feel it. But you tell yourself that it's there. And I'm trying to tell you this the best I can. The more you believe in this type of stuff, the more you believe in all of these emotionally driven lies that you were fed your whole life about chemistry building, relationship building, trust building. This is real, right? You can see this and this is tangible, right? You can feel this, right? No, you can't. It's all an illusion, all of it. And the deeper you fall into these illusions, the more you believe these emotionally driven illusions and you tell yourself that this is something real, typically, the more easily you can be manipulated emotionally. So here's what I can tell you. Here's what I've learned over the years. I used to believe the same things that you believed. I believed this. I said, hey, you know what? I need to show that I'm masculine. I need to show that I have strong will. I need to show that I have boundaries. And I need to be willing to stand for what I believe for and say, hey, you know what? I don't appreciate it when you wear this type of stuff. And you know what? I can't do this anymore. And this is the rule of how things have to go, or this isn't going to happen anymore. And I'm not going to be able to date you. I used to think that that was the best way. I used to think that it made sense to have boundaries in relationships. I can tell you this. The more boundaries you try to set, the more you have revealed your interest level. You would only set boundaries if you care about the situation. You would only set boundaries because you care. And if you go as far as to have these conversations where you say, this is disrespectful and I don't think it's the right way for you to act like this and I don't like this and this is disrespectful, 3 things have happened. She knows you're emotionally moved off center. She knows that she has hurt you to some degree. And number 3, she knows that you care. As I've gotten older, I don't set boundaries for shit. I don't set anything. When you come hang out with me, I'm right there present in the moment. And by the time you walk out that door, if that's the last time I see you, that's how it goes. And that's called life. Every single time a woman comes into your life, you need to tell yourself, hey, at the end of the day when she goes home, that might be the last time you ever see her. And you know what? That's just how it is. Here's what I can tell you, because there is light at the tunnel. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Remember this. Listen to me very closely. There's light at the end of the tunnel, and here's why. For all of you where you're out there and you say, well, Casey, I'd really like a girlfriend to date me and be in a relationship with me and love me. Cool. Great. The more you adapt these new mindset principles and beliefs that I am teaching you on this channel, and specifically inside of my community that we just crossed over 1,000 members in, the more you start to adapt these new beliefs and these new principles, guess what's going to happen? The better you get treated in all of your relationships. The better women treat you every single time they see you, because they can see that you're actually masculine where it counts. They can see that you don't believe all of this garbage that you've been fed. And they can see that you're actually able to see the world from your own lens. So listen to me very closely. If you want to be treated well, if you want to be respected in a relationship, if you want all of these things, the best thing you can do is remove your care. So that way that other person cannot necessarily see what level your interest level is actually at. And by you needing to set all these boundaries and all these expectations and stuff, all it basically says is, hey, I'm really invested in you and I really like you. So because of that, this means the world to me. And instantly, once you've shown that, it automatically doesn't mean the world to her. If you like this video, I want you to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.